Hi, it's Joy and today I'm going to be watching Roswell, New Mexico Season 3, Episode 13, Never Let Me Go. And to say I'm stressed is an understatement. The season finale, I can't believe it's here already. I am so excited to watch it, I'm so scared to watch it, and I'm also really sad to watch it. This season has been such a bright spot in my year, and I honestly feel like I'm going to be lost without it, but we're here, we have it, we can watch it. And everything sucks and everything is stressful and I'm gonna die, so yeah. Without further ado, you can watch the unedited version on my Patreon and let's go.
Call someone.
Dear lighting.
You wanna call?
Yes, 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 because Michael is not the only one who can do this. Yes! I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of both of them. All three of them I'm so proud of! Like, he's dying. Oh, I love them. I love them so much. That's my triad. Sorry, Dallas. Yep, the one she likes most. Sorry, Heath. Oh, help, help, help. Michael is dying. Michael needs medical attention, please, Kyle. I know you've just been thrown off a ledge and it's very, 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 very stressful. Oh. Oh, my loves. Quite the tableau. I can't say words.
That it'll take 9 hours for the proteins in Jones's cells.
Oh, so that's how long we have to sweepy swappy.
It's a threat and learn to
Has someone patched Michael up properly?
You started to make a call with it.
He wants to make a call? Who's he gonna call? E.T.?
It doesn't matter. Can essentially shove Max and Jones back into their own bodies.
Yes!
This is a salad dressing shot.
My mother's sword.
That is good. We need all the weapons in this arsenal we can get.
90 minutes is really, really troubling.
Oh.
Thank you, doctor.
Is it her mum?
Hey,
After all of this, is it going to be her mum's funeral?
Hey, I'm saying is that maybe your strength has absolutely nothing to do with this weapon.
Liz and Mike, I don't know, Maria. It's probably been like 2 days.
Sleep and drink some
Once
acetone
it's
right now.
it holds energy.
I'm afraid I'm gonna lose Max. Just as I finally found him again.
I know, my love.
I need to ask you about what happens when the serum in this.
I'm like 90% sure that this is Max. But we need to invent code words that Jones... I need to get in our heads, I suppose.
To do what I may not be strong enough to do.
You cannot ask Michael to kill you.
Kill me to stop Jones.
You cannot ask Michael to do that.
So what are you so afraid to say out loud to Liz?
Go say it right now.
Because you're beating yourself before Jones even has the chance.
Listen to your brother,
Tell Alex
please.
all your fears.
He's
You
starting
walking into the battle
to
with your eyes wide open.
take your own
Maybe today
advice.
is your last day, Max.
I never got a chance to say I'm sorry for
That's good.
what I was a part of at Mac Bible.
Music. Something that can get the blood flowing, you know.
Oh, is that giving her an idea? Yes, Kyle! Please, Isabel has got to be the one to walk in on this. Yes. No. Where's Isabel?
Hey. Wow. That was, I thought of something that could help rapidly surge your ligands through Jones's system.
What, line dancing?
Adrenaline.
Exactly.
I
It
love
cycles
it.
through the entire body.
Everything in my life is falling apart right now, and I can't control it.
I know, Isabel.
I would love to hold your hand through this, Isabel, but I can't do it for you. Nobody can. You want to honor the mindfulness that enough.
I love Rosa.
I suggest that you take the need to be your mom and shoot it away from you. Think about your life, Isabel, actually.
Rosa, I'm so proud of her. How much she's grown and...
You tell me how you plan to leave the planet. I'll tell you how I caught up to you.
Are they all here?
This is probably going to hurt like hell.
Max. Love you.
This is the only ultrasound monitor we have. You fry this, and our chances of killing Jones for...
Okay, but he's A, scared of the pain that's coming, B, scared of needles, and C, like, being experimented on in a lab is one of his worst fears. Liz, give him a hug and a kiss and hold his hand.
I'll do it.
Oh. Oh.
I mean, you deserve greatness. You deserve happiness. I don't understand why we keep ending up at these damn crossroads.
Never told you, but I feel so lucky I got to give you that.
Yeah.
All I really remember is your eyes.
Oh.
They made me feel calm.
I've been working on a video to this song.
Keep looking at him.
Oh.
And if we do it together, Max Evans, then I think everything you fear most in this world
You did it, my love. Oh. Yes.
Thank you. You're my family, not some funny lineage that we joke about. You care about me like a sister. And I care about you like one too. So I'm going to help you.
I
bring
love
down
a
Jones.
whole family.
And then with the sun.
Where are we at?
Well, the specs of this
Do they
one are
know
100% of the lock
how
machine.
did Eduardo find Jones? What the fuck is happening between Eduardo and Jones?
I'm afraid we're only getting the start of something.
Oh.
You know, we never even went on a real first date.
I know.
We never walked down Main Street holding hands. Hello.
No, don't say those words. We are going to win this.
I know.
Winning is what worries me. What if I have to kill my own father? You gonna love me then?
Yes. Oh, he will. Oh, Michael.
Am I still gonna love myself?
Still.
Self-loathing is what caused this mess between us for 15 years. What's winning gonna do? Is it gonna set us right back to square one? Are we gonna be able
Never.
to survive that war?
We have defeated one monstrous father, and we will do it again.
Yes. And this time you have Alex right there with you, and you keep letting him in, and you're gonna be just fine.
What about the other 8%?
Blind faith. But I am technically a genius.
I'm technically a genius.
I will kiss you when you're back in your own body, Max Evans.
I'm so fucking stressed.
Of course you are behind this, Elizabeth. I'm not caught. No, I just have a better view while I wait for my plan to unfold.
Oh fuck, what's his plan?
I saw your plan to kill me in Eduardo's head.
What an idiot.
No, I'm just thinking about Max when he realizes where he ended up.
Oh my god.
You're okay. When I get out of these restraints, and I will get out,
I'm so fucking
whoever helps
stressed.
me, you'll see that I call the vessel and those ready to navigate once they reawaken.
I think this will offer.
Then I'll conserve my energy until the fun begins.
Oh my god, what is happening? Bats? Birds?
Okay?
Okay, how does this help Jones get out? Is it gonna break the wires? Holy shit. Oh my god! Oh my god!
I really don't want to fight you, but I definitely can't give you that alien box.
Oh my god. Yes, Alex! Oh shit.
Oh, today is not my day.
Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. Oh, is it Max again?
Yes, damn it, Kyle, it's me.
Oh my god! Oh my god, oh my god. Holy shit. Michael is fireproof. Michael can walk through that.
It's time you hold my metaphorical beer.
Well, Elizabeth, I told you I'd get you to untangle this from
Oh.
I have a fire extinguisher in the car.
What?
DMT.
Fonzie, go get it!
Yes! Stop squishing Michael. She shattered his sword, bastard. Oh god! Oh, which of them is which? They're both gonna turn around and insist they're Max, aren't they?
Liz, it's me. Look in my eyes.
Kiss one of them. Can Michael get in their heads? The real Max let Michael in your head. Or Isabel. Easy.
There's too much fear.
Oh my god.
What was our first lab experiment in high school?
I was afraid of your dad, so I made up an excuse, and I've left.
I think Max is in Max's body. Because it makes more sense for the show, but I don't know.
What song was playing on my Walkman at the playground? The day we met.
She knows it's in her head. If he answers, it's Jones.
Sledgehammer.
That's the song.
Max can't remember it.
I knew you'd show yourself.
No, Liz.
Oh shit! Oh my god, someone do something! Have we done it? Have we done it? Have we done it? He definitely called someone on that fucking radio, but have we done it? Have we done it? Have we done it? Oh my god.
Tell me you know there was only one Alan Michael for the hero of your next secret novel.
I love that. I mean, okay, there's 9 minutes left, and I know that like last year, the season finale, we almost had like a full 30 minutes of just nice where everyone is now. So 9 minutes of that wouldn't be unreasonable, but I also feel like then the ad episode ended with us finding Jones in a cave, and I'm stressed.
Thank you.
And by the way, you can drink acetone, don't think it's weird.
That's different. But it's good though.
It's because it's got acetone in it.
I asked our new clandestine uncle for a favor.
You are officially Rosalind Ortega.
Like, what if I ruin this life too?
You won't, my darling. Because it's yours.
Read on a mural somewhere that cracks are where the light gets in.
I love them so much.
The glass inside the machine was fried, so
Oh.
doesn't appear so.
That's good.
Or what if it was fried because it did?
Jones was top.
Alex texted me to meet him in an hour for our first actual date.
Oh my
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna leave the mysteries of the universe on hold for
Please. Let them have this date, please, universe, please. Yay.
Oh. Madeluca, this is my birthright. Wish you luck. Thank you.
Where do you want to go?
To the ocean.
We beat him. I know.
Yes, that is so. That is just huge. I don't. It's just him, and it's that hand as well. The importance of that moment. You know, I'm okay with there being a Jesse Main statue because he gets to watch his son being madly happy with the love of his life.
I didn't really get to celebrate at all today.
I really like them together, and I don't really know Anatsa, but I'm sad.
There's no pressure. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh,
Kyle, bless your soul.
that's great news. It's great. That's great news, and that's great.
Love triangle? Why is poor old Kyle always on the wrong side of a love triangle?
Stay, Valenti. Have a drink with us. Celebrate. Yeah.
Are they gonna become a throuple?
Perhaps another.
Kyle! I want Anatsa to be good, but I'm scared because she's a journalist. Like, that is what scares me.
I need you to look over your mind.
Just imagining. I mean, I'm so glad they're finally kissing. If she was like, it's Jones and Max was dead, that would suck. It wouldn't happen. That was perfect. In a horror movie, that's what would happen. Oh lord. Fuck, aliens are waking up.
She's one of the Skype people that you talk about.
Oh my
Drink too much
goodness.
mezcal. Liz Ortecho?
What?
That's not her name. Liz Ortecho was a student of mine.
Oh lord.
How the hell do you know who Liz Ortecho is?
Oh no. That's the original Liz Ortecho, right? Am I completely making that up? Like the one from the original series. But that's Liz's doctor, right? Not Liz's doctor. The Dr. Holman or whatever that she sent him on a search for, but there wasn't any Roswell and etc. Right? and she's going to take an unhealthy interest in aliens, and that's going to be stressful, but also a different angle. Yeah, I'm stressed. So, okay, so much has happened and I don't even know where to freaking begin. Like, I genuinely feel like my whole brain has exploded over the last 2 hours. So, life. Jones. Eduardo nearly ruined everything by going after him alone. How did he know where he was? That is something that I don't think we've yet understood, because they hadn't finished building their Lockhart machine thingy-mabob. He wasn't supposed to know where he was, but Eduardo knew where he was. We haven't had that explained to us, have we? How he found him. And then he nearly gave the whole plan away, which was great. But I love this team and I love this family. And the whole scene with Max where, you know, he was terrified of them experimenting on him to check the adrenaline thing. And, like, he trusted them, that's why he agreed to it, that's why he was there. But ever since we first met them, you know, when Max first told Liz about the truth that they were aliens, you know, he told her about how his greatest fear was that he and his siblings would end up on a lab table somewhere being experimented on. And in a lot of ways, he was in a creepy lab, strapped down, being experimented on. Not, like, that is terrifying. And not to mention that it was already a day that was terrifying in every other way. But I'm so, so glad that they had those moments, that they got to share their love for each other, and how, you know, they kind of connected when they were very young, but over time it has just built and built and built into such a beautiful, beautiful bond. I'm so glad they ended up the season together. Like, I got this, like, image. I spent all season trying to analyse whether or not Max was Max, and it just struck me at the end when they had their really beautiful moment in her bedroom of being like, could you imagine if it was a horror movie and he locks the door and then she pulls apart like, you're not Max? Obviously that would mean Max is dead, so the show would never ever do that. Could you imagine? I would ideally like Jones's body to be dissected ASAP, just so I can be sure he is gone. But no, Michael healed very quickly. Maybe with acetone and with proper stitches they do heal quicker than humans. Or Max. I am literally a moron. Oh my god. Oh, how many people are going to comment like, Max probably healed him? It's fine. I think I got used to Max not being fully at full power with his heart, and so not being able to do such things. But no, okay, that explains why he was able to hammer. I forgive him. Just where, I don't know where to start. I really don't. All of the stuff with Liz and Max was everything. And I think something that I'm very, very excited for going into season 4 is that we're just going to have a show where the two main couples are happy, or at the very least together. Now, being happy doesn't mean they will never have struggles and hurdles in their relationship. It doesn't mean that external factors won't cause stresses in their relationship, but they have each other, and at the end of the day they will be there for each other. And that is what I love. That is what, when you ship a ship, that's when you enjoy two characters' relationship, whether it be a friendship or a romantic ship. That's what you want. You want these moments where they're able to have that moment of seeking comfort from each other, and then they get back into the thick of things. Happy couples don't ruin TV shows, you know. It's just an added asset to what's going on, is that they have that relationship as well. I'm so, so happy for Liz and for Max, and I'm so excited just to see them finally get a chance to let this relationship blossom. And the other blossoming relationship just warms my heart. I was really concerned that once Jones found out about Alex that he was going to like try and threaten or hurt him or something to do something for Michael, but he kind of got what he wanted last episode, so that was a relief in a weird way. And the way that they just work together and trust each other, and you know, this example with Malix was a good example of how happy couples doesn't mean perfect, nothing could ever, you know, Michael ran away from the truth this episode. Michael decided to go mining instead of dealing with, like, telling Alex his fears. But one little push, and he did come and he did tell Alex his fears. And, you know, Michael a year ago, Michael 2 years ago for sure, would have hated himself for his part in this, even though his dad was an evil monster who literally never once showed a redeeming quality. He still would have felt some kind of guilt. But Alex can 100% understand that. You know, Alex's brother killed his father. Michael's brother killed his, you know. They each helped create the situation where it happened, but both were evil men that there was no other way to stop. Part of me, honestly, Jones was such a good villain. Nathan did such a good job portraying him that there is almost a part of me that is sad that that's the last we'll have of him as a villain, because he seems dead. But, you know, I'm also very, very glad. I do not need more of him. But, you know, like, as a character, he was such a chilling villain that, you know, it would have been interesting to see, like, down the line or whatever, but at the same time, I'm very glad he's dead. And so then for Michael and Alex, you know, Michael had that thing where he instinctively ran from it, but he wasn't running from Alex, he was running from those fears that I think the conversation he had with Jones amplified of, I don't deserve this, maybe it's all going to go wrong, I'm just going to mess it up. It's similar to the fears Rose is having. Everyone has. It's human feelings, despite the fact that they're not human. And the fact that, you know, you're saying to Alex, you're not going to love me when I do this, and Alex was just like, no, that's not who we are, you know, I'm here, I'm with you, it's going to be okay. That means more than anything. And the fact that Alex stopped him from saying I love you, my brain has gone totally blank because I was too busy dying over the hand holding, which I will get to. Have they said it yet? I don't think they have. Season 4, we'll see them say it, right? Like, honestly, if they've said it and it's escaped my brain, it is not because I didn't appreciate it, it is just because I have CFS and I was focusing on something else. But just for them, the fact that Alex was like, no, because, you know, it's one of those things where I totally understand the impulse to, before a big fight, tell someone everything you feel about them, because that way when you go into the fight, if it doesn't end well, they have that solace. But I think Alex knew what Michael was going to say. Michael knew Alex would say it back. In exactly the same way, Max and Liz knew they would have kissed each other. Like, you know, if it had all gone horribly wrong, they would have had that moment together to know. And then the fact that they still had never held hands on Main Street. And they did it in front of Jesse Maines. And the symbolism of Alex taking that bandana off of Michael's hand and it being the hand that Jesse Maines injured, and them just holding each other's hands in his face and just walking off into the happily ever after. Like, obviously there are going to be bumps in the road, but essentially just walking off into the happily ever after. That was a beautiful image. It was even more special than if they'd like just made out in front of it or something. Like, it was just the simple pleasures that that man tried to destroy for them. And it warms my heart so much. And, you know, I kind of hope Michael is able to stop having to wear the hand or anything, because obviously sometimes he wore it just because I guess he didn't like looking at his hand, and then he definitely wore it so that no one would see it was healed. But I also feel like anyone who knew him well enough to notice it was injured is probably already aware of how it was healed, so hopefully he won't have to wear that anymore. And they can fully, that was just them shaking off the last remnants of Jesse Maines. Ugh. And they've each defeated their evil fathers, and they can just be happy, and I'm on cloud 9 about that. I really am. I love Max and Liz, and I'm so happy for them as well. But Michael and Alex, there's just been such a battle to get here, and they mean beyond the world to me. I posted my first Malix video early hours yesterday. My fan video channel, there's a link in the description if you're interested in that. I adore them with my whole heart. They deserve the world. They are everything. And just, I'm just really emotional about them. The rest of the episode, so we stick with relationships for now. Kyle. I mean, I think given that Isabel can pick up on emotions, although obviously she's still learning exactly, she can kind of sense there's a little bit more to Kyle and his feelings for her, that maybe they're a bit stronger. But I also feel like she's trying not to pry overly much with that, because obviously it's a bit disrespectful with your friends. It's one thing to do it to an enemy to try and assess their situation. But then the offer to dance with her does seem like she isn't aware of how he's feeling, that she was just kind of let's platonically dance together. Now, if she is beginning to feel things for him, but she's kind of confused because, like, I feel like if she feels things for him, it's probably similar to his feelings for her. It's been growing steadily for a long time and she's never really noticed it, whereas Anatsa was just this gorgeous, intelligent, amazing woman who kind of immediately was flirting with her, and that's much quicker to be like, I like you. I do worry that love triangles cause me stress, and I do worry that we are heading into another one. But again, I trust this show. I feel like they've handled them well so far. I mean, threesome aside, like, this would be an instance where there would be okay if the show wanted to write in a threesome, because nobody here has previous relation. Like, it would have been a lot less messy than the one they wrote last season, but I moved past that. It's all fine. Part of me always wonders with this show, because it's kind of if they are just going to have them become a throuple, but no, I'm really sad for Kyle, because I think he is just such a good man, and he's exactly the kind of character that when you first watch the show, like when you're watching the first couple of episodes, you're like, oh god, he's going to be the jealous ex-boyfriend, oh, he's going to be the terrible one, oh, he knows about Max, he's going to use it against him. And then Kyle just subverts every single one of those tropes, and to the point where he is just one of the hearts of this show, and I adore him so much. And he deserves happiness. Now, I really want him with Isabel, I cannot lie about that. I think I've noticed their sort of moments of chemistry throughout season 2 in particular, and then this season it's been very undeniable, and I love that they've written Kyle liking her. But I'm also totally okay if it goes in a direction of Kyle yet again having to accept that, you know, yeah, I care about that lovely woman, but she's in love with someone else and I want her to be happy, and moving on again. But I also feel sad for him about having to do that. My big fear with it is in Natsa, which is that she seems fantastic. I have not seen anything to make me suspicious. I'm literally only suspicious of her like I was of Heath and Eduardo and anyone else, because she is a new character into the show, because other than Jones, all the new characters turned out to be great. And then because she's a reporter. The concept of a reporter when we are involved in every single shady, weird shenanigan in Roswell, you know, if there are reports that loads of bats died or that there was some weird radio static, and I don't know why she would write about that, but if she were to write about that, will she start noticing, oh, and near the scene was this person, oh, near... I'm scared that she might stumble onto it. And while she seems like a wonderful, trustworthy person, this is also the same woman who woke up in Max's house and immediately read his novel. So, like... a little snooping is, I know it's because she's a journalist, and I'm still concerned, like, what if while she was there, she found Max's diaries, in which he writes, "Dear diary, I am an alien. Today my alien siblings, Isabel and Michael, and I went and did some alien shenanigans over here." I mean, we've not seen anything from her to suggest that she is that, like, scheming or whatever, but if someone was being scheming and manipulative, they wouldn't show it to us. And maybe by this point they might have given the audience a hint, so we would be like, no, Isabel! And she does truly just seem like a wonderful person, and I am literally just spinning my paranoia into an entire arc for season 4, but I am concerned about that. Other than that, I'm very happy for Isabel. If she is who she says she is, the only hurdle we have left to face is that she doesn't know about aliens, and who knows how she'll take it given that she's a reporter. And there's a whole mess of when you're in a romantic relationship with someone and then later you spring the secret on them, should you have told them from the beginning? Obviously you can't when it's an alien. You know, there's a whole mess of telling her the truth, and her finding out the wrong way and all of that kind of stuff. Now, given that this show has put two couples together and genuinely, well, there is no reason to permanently break up Max and Liz or Michael and Alex. There can be bumps in the road, there can be, oh, we have to pretend not to be together because the evil scientist lady is looking, you know, there can be things like that. That is totally fine. There can be fake breakups, there can be arguments over something, misunderstandings, although those are a bit, like, lame writing, so please don't tune me or something. You know, it doesn't have to be all shiny rosy all the time, but given that those two, there is no good reason for them to not just be couples from now on. I feel as though Kyle's pining for Isabel and trying to work out where he is, Isabel's fresh relationship, those are kind of the relationship drama relationships we can have in the show, rather than the main two couples can just be kind of steady, and that's what I really hope they do, because it would work so well. And yeah, stressed on that front. Isabel I am proud of, because just Rosa I'm so proud of. I'm kind of jumping ship a bit, but then I'll get to Rosa's advice to Isabel. The girl we met in flashbacks in season 1, the girl she is now, she is becoming the person that everyone who loved her always knew she could be. You know, Liz and I think Mimi and Liz, there was a conversation during that day they took her out where Liz talked about all the people that Rose, like, how she used to wonder who Rosa would have been, all the opportunities she would have had she lived, you know, had she lived and just got through this dark path, this dark patch, you know, got the help, gone to rehab. And we are watching Rosa do that. We are watching Rosa do that with a supportive family around her, because she not only has Arturo and Liz, she has a wider family. You know, she knows that all these people care about her and care about each other, and that she's an important part of that. And you know, they included her in the big fight at the end. She was able to figure out about the bats. Okay, yeah, it was a bit too late, but there was no other way for her to figure out sooner. I'm so proud of who she's become and how much she's grown. And the fact that she was able to give that excellent advice to Isabel, that she's been trying to kind of drip to her, that Isabel kind of lost herself in that drive for, like, I think in season 2 it started off as quite a healthy drive. It was part of her recovery from Noah, her healing from that trauma of, I'm taking back agency over myself, I'm going to be strong. But it became, I'm the strongest, I will fight, I am better, I will not let anybody else in because I'm the strongest. And she kind of built up different walls around herself, whereas she stopped pretending to try and be that kind of person and started pretending to be this kind of person, whereas now she's slowly letting those walls down, leaning on other people when she needs to, and trusting in her strength and in her triads, because they have 2 different triads, but trusting in her family and herself, and that was just really beautiful to see. For Rosa, she has an official identity. That is such a relief to me, because, you know, it's one thing at the moment for her to go around interacting with people working at the Crashdown, but given that she was applying to art colleges and doing all sorts of things, there comes a point where you need ID. So I'm really glad that she legally exists now, for her sake, and she can go to art school. And that doesn't mean we never see her. The show can take place in breaks, or she can visit, you know. There's modern technology. I'm very sad in a way, but also Rosa deserves to go and flourish. You know, Liz left, Liz went to uni and did all sorts of things. And yes, she was kind of running at the time, but she escaped. You know, we know Michael had full scholarship to the University of New Mexico. Now, I could get that, that's still the same state, but Michael wanted to leave, Max wanted to leave. And I think a huge part of growing up can often be leaving where you grew up and then coming back to it. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's going and experiencing something different. You know, I went to uni for 3 years, and okay, yeah, I only went like an hour away, so I would have been like Michael and stay in the same state, but just that experience of just being in like a, 'cause it was different enough, it was in a city. Then I went for a month, I went travelling around Europe and that kind of thing, which just it were experiences that taught me a lot and were just really valuable to me, even if ever since then I moved back to my town that I've always lived in, or at least since I was 10. So I think for Rosa to get this experience to kind of prove to herself that she can live and make friends and study and make mistakes and then fix those mistakes, you know, she can be her own independent person completely away from everybody else in her life, that she can go to uni and flourish. I think that's going to be so important to her to prove that she is on this path of healing. And you know, yeah, it's going to be a bit scary too because it's her first time away from home and because she's in recovery and there'll be all sorts of temptations and things. But she is strong enough to do it, and I think it's going to do her the world of good, even though it kills me because I want her to be in every episode. Liz realising that she can have the science and Max everything. Arturo, I hope if he realises that door is locked, he's going to understand that Liz is an adult. I'm so all over the place. Like, I feel like I've totally just skipped to the end of the episode. I mean, the stuff with Jones, their plan with Max set up on the radio, and then when they switched them, Max there healing, I can't believe when he heals. It shows you how lost they got in the episode that I totally forgot Michael could have just been healed by Max. I loved the whole bit with like them swooping backwards and forwards and like Alex tased Jones, excellent, and then as he's being tased it's Max again, and like Nathan did such a good job that I feel like I could see the point when it switched and became Max again, and then of course going backwards and forwards and backwards. It just, everything about that was so fantastic. I also love the fact that, you know, Jones kept on gloating like, I'm the strongest, you'll never be stronger than me and you'll never be stronger than me, but the whole point was none of them were alone. They all had each other. They had the humans with their fire extinguishers, and they had like things, they were a unit that were together, and by working together they defeated him. Any one of them alone would have failed. You know, Michael wasn't able to beat him one-on-one, but Michael was able to delay him enough. Isabel was able to keep delaying him, etc, etc, until we reached that point. Then the moment where they both turned around and insisted they were Max. Now from a show point of view, I forgot which body was really Max's. It was kind of funny, but of course because Jones had been in Max's, it was the one that was dressed like Jones. I kind of thought from a show point of view, Max had to be in his own body just because they'd made such a big deal about getting him his own body back, and given that I don't feel like we could switch them back again, I kind of felt like it would be the one in Max's real body. But they did such a good job because we know Jones did his best Max acting of his life, because he, even when he was presenting Max in earlier episodes, he didn't do this good a job. I guess because there was a lot of desperation behind it, Max, it's easier to kind of fake desperation than it is fake average personality. And the minute she came up with what was the song, I knew that obviously Mind Reader Jones, he would know what the song was, but Max had already said that he doesn't remember the song, he just kind of knows the lyrics and Liz's eyes. That, I mean, Liz took a gamble. I feel like Michael could have been trying to get into both of their heads. You know, Isabel couldn't get an empath reading, but Michael has established that he can get into people's brains because he got into Jones's brain in the previous episode, so that could have been done a little differently, but, you know, that shows you their connection, and Liz just took that leap of faith because she knows Max and she loves Max. And I love the way she made him, like, Jones lower his guard a little bit by pointing the gun to Max and acting as though like that convinced me. It was so powerfully done. And then when he tried to swap back and do all sorts, I'm still kind of concerned that he did something to Max before he died, like whether he put a tiny part of himself in there or he put a link in Max or whatever. Now we know Jones did use the Lockhart machine, and then saying like, oh, the alien glass was fried, I don't think he did it. I'm like, doesn't that sound like he did it and it fried the alien glass, Alex? I guess Alex knows more about how the machine should work than I do. But clearly he said something about when they wake up, didn't he? It sounds as though he's somehow got an army of people stationed around Earth. I don't know. Why would he have an alien army of people around Earth? It doesn't make sense, but he has at least one that we've seen. And obviously their message contained enough information as Liz or Teco, that is going to cause huge problems. And the biggest danger to us is somebody from outside that we cannot trust getting that information. And the fact that Liz's old mentor who knows about sky people, like that for me, she already knew about them. It's not like she saw someone fall to the ground and then was like in a pod or whatever. Somehow she already knew. Was that why she was Liz Ortega's mentor? Because she saw she was a girl from Roswell? Like, I am so stressed about that. I just, obviously it's season 4's arc, but I'm so stressed. We still haven't even dealt with the sheriff and what she knows, because she's going to need some kind of an explanation, or at least the mind wipe. And we haven't, obviously, the story of the white supremacists and whatever in Roswell. That's the story of the world right now. That's ongoing. That's going to carry on. I really don't know what to make of it, because it seemed as though this doctor was like getting drunk in Mexico, a bit washed up. Is she like discredited, or was she just on holiday? But it's freaking stressful, and the fact that it's a scientist as well is just chilling in so many ways. And I think it really speaks to, again, you know, Liz saying to Max, you know, this thing that you're the most terrified of, we can use it to save you and to save this world. And yet there's going to be like now someone that's the other side of the coin coming into the picture potentially. Now, I say that, I have no clue how season 4 is going to shape up. They could do literally anything and it would be amazing, because I have such faith in these writers. But I feel like I'm still coming down off the high. I want to cry because I'm so happy for Max and Liz, and for Michael and Alex, and then I want to cry because Roswell's over for another year. Although hopefully, they are filming season 4 right now. They have been for a while. Season 1 came out in January, season 2 came out in like March, so hopefully season 4 can come out in March, because it only came out when it did this time around because of COVID. So fingers crossed, it's going to come out sooner than it did this time, because I missed it already. I mean, like, Batwoman is already back, so like that is like blink and it's back. So hopefully that means we're going to get Roswell sooner than we did last time, because I cannot wait a whole year, or even a whole like 9 months or whatever. But oh, this was just such a good season. Maria, I am so glad that she is, I feel like this season we've really seen her go from being frustrated with her visions to, I think the key in this, well, in the previous episode, but the key with Maria has been that she's now more patient with her visions. She understands that she's a bit frustrated because obviously you're like, I saw that, I need to know the answer. But she was able to push through it, and managed to get her visions together. She was able to trust in her lineage to help with the sword. She was able to say to Isabel, you know, we joke about it, but no, you are my sister. That was everything. I don't think I've missed anyone. I'm so sorry if I have. I am all over the place. I'm very relieved that my reservations about Eduardo and Deep Sky were just my average paranoia about new characters. I very much hope that that is what I'm saying about Anatsa this time next season for Isabel's sake. Dallas and Heath. I'm just really interested with them, because are they going to stick around and be like regular characters? Are they going to be characters that pop in and out? I am okay with either. You know, like I said, I had my initial distrust of new people, but they have I like them, I love them. Their friendship is everything. And, you know, he could be a valuable lab assistant to Liz, but also, and like Dallas does have some neurological problems caused by the Lockhart machine that maybe we could tie up with Maria's a bit and we could all help each other. And I'm totally okay if we keep them around, but I just don't know. just Michael and Alex walking hand in hand away from Fuckface's statue was everything. Malik said everything. This season has been a journey. Thank you so much for going on it with me. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you again for watching.